from RC Action Australia. How's everybody out there today? So unfortunately guys, I'm still waiting on a lot of parts to come from all around the world to finish off a few projects that I have sort of been at a standstill with. Obviously the virus and whatnot, we all know feeling the pain of the postage out there. So in the meantime, I've decided to revisit a car that I had built in the past and hadn't used for a while. It's an on-road car, so a little bit different content than you've seen me build and put up in the past, and what is obviously behind me here on the wall. So obviously you've seen the title, so we're going to look at building a speed run car based on a Tt02 chassis. So obviously I have played around with this car before, broken lots of bits and pieces on it, and obviously upgraded it over the past 12 months and sort of forgot about it, used the electrics out of it for some other projects that I've done, and I just thought, while I am waiting on other parts, I will do something a little bit different and revisit a speedrun car. So obviously, as you can see, we'll bring it over to the bench, bring the camera to the bench soon, guys. But as you can see, lots and lots of upgraded racing parts on this car, top and bottom. As you can see, has been used, guys, but it's a very, very solid, very, very smooth car. Yeah, lots of upgrades, ball bearings, the lot's been thrown into this car. And obviously, because I do have a lot of parts sitting around here, I do have this 9-turn Hobbywing Easy Run Series brushless speed controller and motor laying around here. So that's what we'll use in the car. Obviously, I've got a few other upgrades that I will be putting on the car in a minute, so I'll show you those when we head over to the bench. And obviously I'll be putting a fairly decent radio system with this car. Obviously I can program multiple cars with this remote, plus this remote gives me the availability to program in steering rates, throttle rates and whatnot. So it's good quality for the money, this controller setup. The other thing that I wanted to talk about too, guys, is hang around to the end of the video. Make sure you watch the whole video, because I do have a little bit more information about that RC car giveaway that I've been looking and talking about in my previous couple of videos, guys. So I do have a kit in mind, and so I'll just show you what it is now, and I'll talk about it a little bit later in the video. But because everything's so difficult at the moment to buy anything, no one's got any stock, I really wanted to do a lunchbox for the giveaway, but I sort of figured that the frog may be just as cool. Everyone loves a frog, I hope. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. But if you do want to see that as a giveaway car, guys, let me know in the comments down below. As I said, it will be our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So I think we're up close, somewhere around about that 800 mark at the moment. So we're still gradually growing, guys. So thank you very much to everybody out there. So let's crack on. Let's get over to the build table and have a look at this car in a little bit more depth. We'll install up the speed control and the motor, and we will give it a little sort of test fire and make sure everything works. Okay, so let's have a look at the Tt02 chassis. So obviously it's a shaft driven 4-wheel drive chassis there, guys. They're all those racing upgrades that you can see there. So obviously I've got the racing suspension oil dampers, and they're adjustable. I've got the racing adjustable top suspension arms, the lower suspension arms, all alloy there, guys. And on the rear we've got the rear suspension arms, the rear top adjustable turnbuckle and suspension arms, and the shocks. So we've also got the steering link upgrade and a servo saver as well upgrade, because one of the weakest points on these TT02 chassis is that the steering is absolutely terrible from the factory. So the other thing, this car is fully ball raced. I have a Tt02 high-speed gear set in the car. Now, for anyone thinking about upgrading the gearing in this car, I highly recommend also upgrading to an adjustable motor mount. So the motor on this car, guys, and this body engine mount, sorry, just slides straight in to the back section of the car here. Now I've already preset the pinion gear and obviously the gear meshing just to make it a little bit quicker for camera, but that just slides into there, and as you can see that the mesh there is very, very nice. It's obviously not, if it's too close it's quite noisy and you will know, and if it's too far away, well, you don't want to know about that. You'll just crunch the gears. So what do we do after we install the motor? Obviously we need to put our gearbox cover on, so that'll just fit straight on the top there. We can screw this down into position. So there's 4 screws on the back here. Yeah, you just got to be careful not to over tighten these, just because it is a part that you do take on and off fairly regularly if you are playing around with gearing and obviously changing out motor setups and whatnot. Okay, so that's in there now. I'm not sure if anyone knows, obviously in the TT01 that's how you just install the motor, but in the TT02 there is also 2 screws underneath as well that give you a little bit more support for the motor, so I'll pop those in at a later date. But as you can see, that motor there looks quite nice up against the rest of the blue components. So up next we get to install our speed controller there. So as you can see here, you have 4 to 9 cell battery or a 2 to 3S LiPo. You know, it's only a 35 amp speed controller, but like I said, I did get some very, very good results running 3S in a previous car with this same setup. So I'll go ahead, we'll install that in the car. As you can see, you've got a lot of nice space in this car to install your radio gear. So I'll go ahead, clean that up a little bit. We'll double side tape the speed controller in and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so we have all the electrics in. We've got obviously our servo was already in there. We've got our receiver mounted on top of the servo. We've got our wiring just down in between there. We've got our motor hooked up there, as you can see. Plenty of room there for anything else if need be. And as I said, I'll go through and tidy this up a little bit better. It's just thrown in there just to give it a little bit of a test. So I've just got a very, very tiny LiPo battery here. Just to see if it all works. So we will turn our remote on. And I've already programmed this as car number 4. So we'll go and turn the car on. So we should have steering, which we do. And you should be able to hear the little fan, the speed controller there as well. So we'll just test it. We've got some throttle, we've got reverse, and we'll just see how it goes. As you can see, it seems to be working quite nicely. It's got a lot of punch. So the next step obviously is to probably just tidy up some of this wiring a little bit more, guys. and then get it out and do some testing. Okay guys, so hopefully you liked today's video, something a little bit different, obviously the on-road TT02 Speed Run Build. So as you can see there, when we had the camera in close, came out quite nice, everything works very nicely, didn't encounter any problems. So obviously the next for this project guys, we're going to have to get it outside when the weather clears up, do some testing. We've got that program card as well. So if anyone else is running a similar setup or is running a TT02 on-road car and can give me any advice, chuck some comments down below. Obviously, as I said, we're inching closer and closer to our RC car giveaway. So if this is a kit that all you viewers and subscribers out there want to see, chuck that down in the comments down below, because that is obviously one of the kits that I am considering for our 1,000 subscriber giveaway car. So until next time guys, hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you for everybody who has liked and subscribed to the channel. Next up we will obviously finish this car off, get some speed runs hopefully. I've also got a lot of other projects guys that I'm waiting for parts for, so there'll be a few different videos, some different content, plus obviously in the back of my mind we have that RC car giveaway. So as always, hit like, hit subscribe, check us out on Facebook and Instagram at RC Action Australia, and I'll see you on the next video.